That was a good part. I feel like this is such a cool song. We don't have to sing it.
I just feel like doing like the head work.
So what has Back in Black have to do with launches?
Because you're in the black and not in the red.
There you go. It's a stretch, but we'll use it.
We really try to make these songs work.
Yeah. Usually we just pick ones we like.
Well, normally I do shuffle and hoping
Yeah.
a good song will come up, but this one actually makes sense because this is where all the planning and all the structure and all the stuff you've put, now the work begins.
Yeah, because
And
we
you
have
get to
been
make money.
because we've been working on all of this stuff for a long time, right? We have been out there teaching you guys how to make products and how to market it and getting yourself out there. So much information, but at the end of the day, you have to stop being a student and you need to start getting out there and making some money.
And you have to tell everyone, as I alluded to on Friday, you do have to start to tell people. And this is where it is a little bit of sales.
A little bit of sales.
Where a lot of people shy away from.
Yeah.
They're like, I want to share and I want to do all of this stuff and inspire. But at some point, your social media needs to tell people, you need to go buy this.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And I think a lot of people in social media, again, they shy away from it because it's not for sales. It's not for sales. Well, you know what? There is a rule, like you are allowed to sell part of the time when you're on social media.
Yeah. And so the key really, we've been talking all along that you don't need the product fully developed or fully done in order to sell it. And if you want to go to the 80-20 rule, it's exactly the same for product creation launches. 20% of your time should be spent on making the product, and 80% of your time should be spent on marketing it.
Yes.
So if you don't agree, then you are not going to make any money. So this is not a discussion point. You ask anyone that sells products online, most of your time is wrapped up in marketing. Because think about it. You develop the program once, and that's it. And then the rest of your life, you have to sell it. So there are strategies involved in launching a digital product. And the key is to understand that you don't need to have the product ready, but you need to actually have a calendar ready. And Stacy and I were just going over our calendar because we are launching a product and we are going into the first step of a launch on Friday, which is the pre-launch. Okay.
Don't dive in right away.
Yeah. So don't be one of those people that says, okay, my product's ready. So I'm going to put the sales page up and then I'm going to open the doors and everyone's going to buy in the first day. It's not going to happen.
Well, it's not. And if you build it, they will come.
No.
And I think what ends up happening is a digital product is different when you're launching from a physical product, because a physical product, you can go, hey, look at this.
I only have 100.
That's it. So the product is here. I can physically tell you how it works. I can physically show it to you, and you can physically see it. And then you can go to the store and buy it.
Right. But going to the store is essentially the list. That's the pre-launch. So pre-launch is all about building your list. And we talked about list building at great length many times. You need to have something to give somebody in order to go ahead and add them to your list. So why is a list that important? Because you can actually have a launch that's just an internal launch that you just sell to your list. They're already primed to know your information, like it, and so they'd be more apt to buy it. But let's go back to pre-launch. So pre-launch should be at least 1 week, 7 days. If you were smart enough, you would be prepping and pre-launching for a month in advance if you had an opt-in to get them to add their email to your list. So as I said, so follow along, guys, because we're going into pre-launch for our program on Friday. So if we've alluded a couple of times to say, go to joingia.com, and that is our basically our splash page, our holding page for people to add to our list before we actually go into pre-launch and give anything. And you notice that you can go to that page and all you do is just get your email out there, and all we're saying is we'll let you know what we have.
It wasn't part of the pre-launch because there was nothing that we were giving you.
No.
But what we have been doing is alluding.
Yeah.
right? We've been talking about it. We put the logo up. You might have seen it on some of our social media. You may have seen it, some of the wording. So we've led up to the pre-launch, which
Right.
is, and that's where you need to know the when, like when is that launch date, and work
Yeah.
backwards.
And the key is, so a lot of you say, well, nobody would sign up if, I'm not offering anything. Well, lots of people signed up for ours. And the reason is because we just talk about it. We just say, just go there, go to joingia.com, put your email in, because you'll want to be on the list. And if you're doing lives, or if you're doing lots of promotions, you're very confident that you've posted enough on your feeds, then if you're doing all of that, then people will go, well, I really like this person, and maybe they will have something cool to offer. So why don't I just go ahead and add my email in and wait for them? So this is pre-launch. Okay. So
Exactly.
joingia.com is pre-launch.
And I've just put the link in. So I just wanted you to go take a look at it so you can see how simplistic the landing page is. There's really not much there.
Nothing. Nothing really. Really pretty graphics though.
But there's not a lot of information there, but there's not a lot of information there on purpose.
Right.
So understanding, and that's why we've kind of been going through this whole process. But you can also see really for the past 6-7 weeks.
Yeah.
We've been leading up to this through everything that we've been doing and the different topics that we've been talking about. And when you see the page on Friday, you will understand and see how everything kind of has been coming together.
Right. So the key has been for us is you've seen us in pre-launch, which is, I'm going to say, step 0. Okay. So that would be step 0. So it's always great to put a pre-launch page up because you will get names. You'll get names. So it's going to take you maybe 10 minutes to get a page up. So get the pre-launch up. And now we move into pre-launch. So pre-launch starts for us on Friday, as I said. The reason we're giving you all these dates is because for those of you who are ready to launch a product, you should sign up with everything we've done. I'm not telling you to buy it. I'm telling you to sign up and follow the roadmap so that you will understand what we've done to get to each level. And that will help you figure out how to launch your product as well. So pre-launch done. Pre-launch Friday. What's pre-launch going to look like?
I don't know. What's pre-launch going to look like? What do you think?
So pre-launch is we are going to give you a reason, a massively amazing reason to opt into our email list to get something of really great value that completely relates to the program we're selling.
But this is like, so I think the pre-launch is the part that people forget about a lot because they go immediately to, I have a product, I'm going to sell it, and my launch is going to happen when I tell everybody it's ready. But that's actually a little bit backwards. Because number one, who are you selling it to? But number two, you're not leading them anywhere. So on Friday, our pre-launch is actually about this amazing thing. Like it's huge thing that we're literally going to be giving everybody for free. And we've been spending a lot of time just on the pre-launch stuff. Like this is not the product that we're selling. This is just
the free pre-launch.
Yeah, the free exactly. The free pre-launch product.
So you stay in pre-launch roughly for 7 days. You can stay in it for a month if you think you want to get more people on your list. I don't recommend it. What my recommendation is, if you're building your list other ways, just continue to build your list. But if you have a really phenomenal opt-in for your pre-launch, then you don't want to go longer than a week because you don't want to have people lose interest. You want them to have the ability to move into your launch and buy your program or whatever it is that you're offering. So we're going to do that Friday. You're going to go into pre-launch. You're going to download your offer. And then what happens is you're going to get excited about what we have to offer. And as we are doing that pre-launch, so all of next week, you want to follow our social media feeds because that's all we're going to be talking about is our pre-launch. So it's a good way for you to follow along and understand exactly that we are doing exactly what we're teaching you guys to do, right? So you'll follow along on our social media feed. It's just pre-launch, pre-launch, pre-launch. After that week is over, the following week, we have a list So all of a sudden, we're going to email to that list about our official launch. And then we're going to email, we're going to social media feed the following 2 weeks. So our launch is 2 weeks, 7 to 14 days. You can do 3 days if you want, whatever you prefer. I like the 14 days because because we've given such an in-depth piece on the pre-launch.
Yeah, it's
we want
massive.
people to have the opportunity to go ahead and move into.
Plus, it's going to take them time to go through it all.
What is it? It's that good.
It's okay.
So,
but that's what you need to think about when you think about launch is not just, again, it's not just, okay, create a page for people to buy it, create a product for them to buy, and now tell everybody. It's not as simplistic as that. And you want to be able to really nurture that process. So that's why the pre, which is what we've been doing, and the pre-launch is so important for your launch to be successful.
Right.
And there's a lot of work that goes into that.
A lot of work. And changing, so you understand, and we're being very transparent. We know exactly what we're selling. We have most of our program ready. But even as we speak today, I'm changing the sales page. Stacy's making changes in the technical side in the background. We're adding layers that we think will be really great for the launch and great for the people that buy it. So as we're going along, we're able to nimbly change things because we're on a schedule. We understand where we need to be. We know what our launch dates are. And now we have the flexibility of saying, okay, what else can we add to make a difference, rather than paranoid that our program isn't perfectly tight or it's not finished, because that's what most people are worried about. Oh, yeah. I don't have that final page done. If you're dripping out your program over, 3 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, you got lots of time to do the last page.
That's no problem. But if you also spend a lot of time, and I'm a big proponent of planning, and if you spend a lot of time in the beginning parts, again, working backwards, and here it is, I don't know, June, and you know that you want to launch something in September, and you take the time to get everything ready. Then in August, you can start to work on the littler details that make a big difference. And we all know it's the little things that make a big difference, rather than going, okay, well, my product's ready now in June, and now I'm going to launch it in July. Right. So, making sure that you have all the pieces working. Please, again, my public service announcements, test the tech. Test the tech over and over and over again. I cannot emphasize that enough. Also get somebody else to test the tech, not just you. Creating, fake email addresses to test all of the whole process to make sure it works on the front end, and then give it time to settle in. If you're going to make a change, test and test again.
Right. And no,
I mentioned testing.
we were just testing tech right before we jumped on this live.
Yeah.
So just so you know, and we were like, oh, we're not happy with this one, we got to change it over here.
Yeah.
So you always have to continually test to make sure that it's my obnoxious phone.
I was like, the table's vibrating. Like, is it me? No.
So remember, this for us, this is a signature program for us. So it's a signature launch, which means it's an important big one. Yeah. It's not a small little one. We'll talk about little launches, but this is right. If you have a really signature program, you need to kind of follow the steps. There's lots of different ways to do it, but generally most people start with a pre-launch. Now, pre-launch for us is this special, unique thing that you're going to do and download. But for others, a pre-launch might be a webinar, right? And it could be a virtual summit. It could be a live event. All of that is just gaining momentum of names and getting people excited about what you're doing, right?
And that's really what a launch is about, gaining momentum. It's very similar to if you were having a birthday party, right? You would send out the invitations, you would start talking about it, maybe, giving them information of maybe what they need to bring, but it's building that excitement.
Yeah.
So that when people show up, they're ready and they know what to expect.
Exactly. So now you're in launch. So your launch is all about connecting as much as possible in that week. So when people jump on your email list, because they're excited about everything else, you want to make sure you give them opportunities to what? Buy. They need to be able to buy your product. So you need to make sure all your buttons are on your page, and there's more than one. Don't put one button on a sales page. I hate that.
Doesn't that drive you crazy? Like, the sales page is this long, and literally the button is at the very bottom.
Yeah.
I'm like, but I want in already. Yeah. Like, I don't want to have to search for the one button. No. I want to see it multiple times.
So your sales page, we talked about at great length again at one of our other lives, but Your sales page should have all the information they need to purchase your product. And then once they purchase it, a follow-up email that says, great, this is when it starts. This is what you're going to get. Here's how it works. So that's launch. So all the way through launch, you want to be doing, Instagram lives, whatever. Just tell them you're in launch. This is a big deal. You are in launch. This product is coming to you in the next 7 days. So get on, because you want to create a scarcity around it, because they don't want to be left out. A little bit of a FOMO. You don't want to be left out of this launch, because you want to be in it the same time as everybody else. So remember, launches traditionally is exactly what it means. It's a launch. So it's only there for a couple of days or a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
We'll talk a little bit about the back end on that in a minute. So that is your launch. Now you're going to go into post-launch. So you've launched, you're ready to start. You need to, if you've got 2 weeks lead up during launch, then post-launch means that you need to make sure you're communicating with those people to make sure they're on board and understand what they're going to do when your official program opens.
Because I think one of the biggest frustrations that I've had in the past is, I see it, I'm excited, I'm ready to go, and then crickets.
Yeah.
So again, communication, I can't emphasize that one enough. If somebody has purchased a product, even if that particular program or whatever they've purchased isn't going to start for their 2 weeks, make sure you're in communication with them so they know maybe there's, something they can, they can ask questions. You can go, hey, this is still coming, 7 days left, you'll be watch for your email, watch for your login, whatever that case may be. Don't just leave them hanging so they don't know what's going on.
Exactly. So we're there. We've launched. We're doing our product. You made a lot of money. You're creating massive value for everyone in your program. And there's lots of different skills and ways that you can keep it running and do upsells and things. But that's not what it's about. This is about a launch. And there's a couple of other things to keep in mind. Number one is your next step, which is relaunch, right? So a relaunch.
We're like, you've barely launched
and now you're
already relaunch.
So relaunch can be done a couple of ways. Number one is to just relaunch on date. So some people open their programs, once a quarter, or they might do twice a year. Some people do it once a month. And then some people, and you can do that. So you can build up the exact same thing in 6 months from now, or you can reassess, and decide what you need to change before you relaunch. But relaunch, you have all your marketing materials. Yep. You have everything that you've done that's successful. You just get to sit back and make some money because you don't have to do any real newness. You can repurpose all your stuff, right? However, there is something called evergreen, right? And an evergreen launch means it runs continually in the background. So you can still do your twice a year or 3 times a year big launches, but people can still purchase your program. It's just that you're not shouting it from the rooftops. So there's lots of different strategies on it, but if they're on your list, right, every once in a while, you can move them through. The best way to do an evergreen is through new pipelines or new funnels. Yeah. So that if you get a new client in, so let's say it is now, it's now December, and our launch is over, but our opt-in, our pre-launch, our opt-in is still exists.
Yeah.
So what we want to do is now they're going to go into that. They're excited. Why would we say, no, you can't come? Right?
I love that. No, I'm sorry. No,
I don't. So I'm not a believer. There are people that are adamant that you're only allowed to buy twice a year or whatever. I'm not a big believer in that. I think shame on you. If someone wants to buy your product, let them damn buy your product. Right?
I know. I don't understand the philosophy of I get the concept of, it pushes people to a specific date. It gets that, they have to buy now because the doors are going to close and you won't be able to buy it for 6 months.
Right.
I get it. But it frustrates me when I've just learned about you and you're in the middle of that 6 months and now I have to wait 3 months. I'm sorry, I'm going to find somebody else.
And the way to get around it, if you're feeling like, well, then they're not going to feel like they should buy it, is real simple. During launch, you always offer a bonus, right? So they're not going to get it on the regular time in, but during launch, there's some type of bonus. Maybe it's a live training or something, but they're going to get something special that will go away if they don't purchase it right then and there.
Colin just said, Sounds like a store with a guard on the door. Nope, not the list, not coming in.
No soup for you.
No soup for you. Exactly. And you know
Seinfeld
what,
reference.
and you're right, Colin. It's exactly right. Like you've landed in the front of a store and you want to go buy this beautiful product. No. You can't come in. You can't come in for another 3 months.
Yeah.
Or no, we just closed our doors and no, we're not opening them for another 6. Like, does that make sense?
No.
It's
so
funny.
so you still want to do the excitement of a launch, because remember, you want to get people excited about moving into your program. So I would never take away launches, because those are really important. That's where you get most of your business. But the evergreen, continually running in the background, is really important. So don't forget that. And then added on to that, if you really, really want to make a lot of money, you must do a JV launch.
Oh, what's that?
So a JV launch is simple.
What does JV stand for?
Joint venture. Might call it an affiliate launch for those of you who are affiliates. So here's the thing. If you know of a really great product, or you have a really great product, the fastest way to grow that product is the use of affiliates who happen to have good lists. So,
or the use of affiliates, period.
Yeah. So for example, if there is somebody out there, okay, you guys know we're launching. This is how it works. You guys know we're launching. We're launching a great product. You're on this live, so I assume that you think we're pretty good at what we do, or you wouldn't be here. So you can rest assured that the product is going to be great, right? That we're going to offer. Yeah, well, probably is going to be good. So what you would do is, like, the first thing I would do if I was in the audience, I would be like, oh, crap, can I get into their affiliate program, because I could make a lot of money?
Okay, so explain an affiliate, because a lot of people don't know what an affiliate program actually is.
Right. So an affiliate means that you would promote, like, if it was, let's do it from your end so you understand it. This is our product. You want to be an affiliate. So you would promote our product to your list. You would promote it to your social media. You would promote it to everyone you can. And you would have a separate affiliate code that we would generate for you and that you could track, so you would know who's clicking on your links. And some affiliates are better than others, because if you were a good affiliate and you saw our program, you'd be like, cool, buy their product and I'll give you an hour of coaching for free, or something like that.
Yeah.
A good affiliate program offers very high commissions, right? So our affiliate program, if you were lucky enough to be in it, offers 50%. That's massive. So most programs are 40 to 50%. That's what you look for in an affiliate program. If they're offering 10 or 20%, it's really not worth your time. No. Don't bother doing it.
But you also, from a perspective of the program owner, we want to obviously ensure that the affiliates, it's worthwhile.
Yeah.
Like 10%, like, are you going to go crazy over like a couple of bucks? No. But if you're going to make more money than us, we're good.
Because remember, 50% of our program you get, well, we split the other 50.
Yeah.
So you'd actually make
you get
more
50, she gets 25, and I get 25. So you guys make more than we would.
Right. But that's so when you're setting up your program, this is what people kind of forget when they're setting up. Make sure you are on a platform that you can offer affiliates something. So if you have a program but you can't offer that tracking, then you can't have affiliates. And trust me, it's a great way to build your business and theirs, right? I've been an affiliate on a lot of big programs, and I made, it's nice to just all of a sudden on your email go, oh, I just made $1,000, and all I did was post once, and I didn't create anything.
Yeah, because they create all the images for you, which is great. But the thing is again, it's that one and done. So if somebody's going to do the work and promote your program, you should give them a really good piece of the pie.
Really good piece. Yeah. And JVs can also have what we call rolling launches in JVs. And a rolling launch means that, say you decide you're going to have 10 affiliates and you just want 10. And they all have big lists, but they're all kind of in the same field. So what you do is a rolling JV, which means that this week, one person's going to go ahead and do it to their list, send it out. Next week, a different JV.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So we're rolling through the JVs. Most of them, they just do it all at once, right? go nuts because it's a
Yeah.
regular
And you know
launch.
what? And I know the difference because I'll see, because I'm on a million lists,
Yeah.
and I'll see this week this person's talking about it this week, and I'll also see the opposite where
Yeah.
it's like I get
Everybody.
10 emails on the same thing, which is kind of
But
crazy.
think about
So
it.
I
Some
do
of-
like the rolling.
Think about it. If somebody's selling a $2,000 program, right, and you're making $1,000, why wouldn't you go crazy and if you believe in the product? Why wouldn't you promote it? Because like you could, if you even get 5 people, that's $5,000, and all you did was post or sent one email. So on the flip side, again, as Stacy said, why would we not have affiliates? Of course, we'd have affiliates. Now we don't open it up to
We're not there
everybody.
yet.
But if there's somebody that comes to us and says, yeah, we, love what you guys are doing and I want to be an affiliate, then we'll see if it's a good fit and we'll go, yeah, of course, let's go at this. Some people make their entire salaries on affiliate commissions.
Yeah, there's a whole industry just on
Yeah.
affiliate marketing, which is fantastic. So we do have somebody asking what the best platforms to use. I'm assuming the question is around for affiliates. In my opinion, I've just been checking out the Groove affiliate program. And what I like about it over some of the other ones is that, number one, you get to see, so you get to log in yourself as the affiliate and see how many clicks and stuff like that. You get unique IDs. But what I also like is the payout structure from an administrative perspective is that I can go click, 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 pay.
Yeah.
And it goes all through them as opposed to manually trying to figure it all out. Like, okay, this person belonged to this person and it's kind of complicated.
Yeah.
So we use Groove. And then as we all know, Kajabi also has a great affiliate program as well. But again, it's a little bit more manual. So it just depends on what you're looking for.
So just so you understand, we have pages and we have our program essentially going out on Kajabi, but all our sales affiliate pieces and our cart is on Groove because of the payment structure. Now, those are internal affiliate programs. So Kajabi has their own, and we use Kajabi as well, the affiliate program. But as Stacy had said, on the affiliate program with Kajabi, you have to log in every month and download who gets what and then push it out to wherever you're paying through PayPal. Now, saying all that, now, those of you don't start crying because you're not on those platforms, because there are platforms that just do affiliate marketing. And you can go ahead and sign up on any of those. There's a new one. Well, there's not a new one, but there's one I think it's called First Promoter or something. And there's a bunch of them. If you just look up affiliate software, there's a bunch of companies that you can sign up for on a monthly basis. It's not very much. Say it's like between $30 and $100. And then you can actually, it doesn't matter where you are. You could be on a WordPress site, whatever, but you use their payment structure. Now, some of them might not be a monthly. Some of them might take a percentage of fees, depending on what you're looking for. Again, if you can integrate it, that's the best for us because it, and talk about technology, like Stacy's on the back end, she has to integrate. You're going to show up on a Kajabi page. The opt-in's going to be on a Groove opt-in. You're going to be sent to Groove to make payments. Then you have to go back to Kajabi with a webhook to get the program, right? And then the affiliate stuff as well on that side is all the same. So she's working for weeks on trying to get all of those to talk to each other. Not that easy. So it's easier if you stay on one platform.
Yes. But you can also do it manually.
Yeah.
You don't, if you guys said to, create a separate offer or something like that, these are the people who bought Stacy's link or something like that. And then it's all done very cleanly.
Yeah.
And you just have an agreement on how much that is.
And so a lot of you have probably said to other people, oh, well, if I just tell them that it's from me, right? Just mention Stacy when you sign up, then I'll get credit. But you're basically relying on that person to say that. And it also
what's going to happen is I'm going to go to Faye and go, yeah, I want the product. And did somebody? I think. But then you talk to multiple people. It gets messy.
And the other piece too is if you're relying on affiliates just from their friends and word of mouth, you're not going to get the volume you want. You want to have a separate link so they can send it to their social media feeds and they don't know anybody there. They're going to send it to their lists. You want them to push it out as much as possible. The truth is you can make a lot of money a lot of money as affiliate, and you can make a lot of money if you have an affiliate program on your website or on your side of the business. So it's key. I just don't think anyone should launch a program without having some type of affiliate. Even if you want to limit it, say you have 2 or 3 people you want to limit your affiliate status with, go ahead, do that.
Exactly. So we have a question about SEO. It just says, do we do our own SEO? What does that look like? Do we hire someone to do SEO? Any tips with know-how? And yeah, SEO is an interesting topic in general. Typically, I look more at ensuring that those keywords are there, that your messaging is clean, you're posting on social media, the more people that go to that page, as well as probably putting some money behind ads more.
Yeah.
And because SEO is something that you really need to work, and it does take a lot of time, but making sure that the keywords of what people are searching for on that site is probably more important than paying for specific backend SEO.
Yeah. And I think there's a lot of little programs you can do. My only caveat on hiring somebody is you really need to understand it before you hire somebody, because some SEO people charge a lot of money and they're really not doing anything.
Yeah, all they're doing is putting in keywords on the back end.
Yeah,
and that's all they're doing, but which is basically what you would be doing anyway.
Yeah, so some programs like Kajabi and like Groove allow you to add those keywords on your pages. So you are already pretty proficient at your SEO. There's obviously lots of different ways to do SEO by adding blogs, by adding backlinks. There's so many different ways to do it. But if you really don't want to get involved in all of that, place a couple ads. Even if they're not very much money, but the ads will bring you up in the rankings in anywhere. It'll bring you up in the feed if you're doing it with Facebook or Instagram. In Google AdWords, it'll bring you up in the Google searches. YouTube videos, it'll be, connected with some of the like-minded videos that people would be searching for. So, and you don't have to spend a lot of money. Like literally, you don't have to spend a lot of money.
That's probably a better way to spend your money than to hire someone to do the SEO.
Yeah. I would just learn a little tiny bit so you understand. And it's as simple as when Kajabi says on the back end of the page, put your keywords here, put them there.
And most places any of the back end where you're building your page will have that section. It's kind of called social sharing or SEO. They already have that all built in.
Yeah. So that's key. So we're talking really about a large structured launch. So for some of you, you're like, but I'm only launching this, $27 masterclass. So those are called quick launches, and those can turn into signature launches too. But you can do a quick launch, which just means that you need some money fast. And so if you've already built your list, you might have a masterclass that you just send. It's more of an internal launch. You send it to your list and you say, hey, I have a class going on, $27, grab it, and they'll buy it. And that's just a little quick launch. You can do as well, you can turn that into the same type of launch when you have more time, but you might just be saying, I need to pay the bills this one month. So let me just put out a $27 masterclass, and they'll sign up and boom, we're done. So there's so many different ones that you can look at, but those are the real key ones that help you to be able to either make money quick or to do a signature program. It's not, there's a lot that you can do to add to a launch to make it more successful. You can, once you start working with the same affiliates or JVs, you can, if they have an own list, they might ask you to, will you come on, my live and talk about your program? Because remember, you're giving your time and they're getting the affiliate credit for it. So whatever comes through. Perfect. I'm just like, yeah, I'll do anybody's who's an affiliate. Yeah. You want me to speak on your stage? I'm in.
Yeah, exactly. Because everybody wins. I think that's what I like about the whole JV program in general, is that everybody wins. And the good thing is that the affiliate works and makes money. And our job the product is already done. So again, we get to benefit from that as well. So again, it's that 50-50 split,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
So, I mean, you don't have to
No.
do affiliates. That's not something that you must do. It is a lot easier when you have someone to help you out with your launch, right?
But plus the fact that people get to see it from different people.
Yeah.
Because what I like when I on the receiving end of that is that, again, my inbox, I might ignore this email, I might ignore this email, but I really like this guy's email. I'm going to open it. Oh, it's talking about that. And you're constantly seeing it. And the difference is that people need to see things, which is why launches are, the pre-launch is a week, the launch, people need to see it multiple times.
Mhm.
It's not a one and done. It's not a, hey, buy this and they go ahead
No.
and do it. People need to see things multiple times and in different ways. They need to see it in their inbox, social media, lives. That's why the launch is really a focused topic for that length of time.
Yeah. And how many people they've seen a product or something and you saved it right on Instagram, whatever, you've saved it to your searches or you saved it somewhere. And then 2 weeks later, you're like, oh, I really want that product.
Yeah.
And then you go back and it's gone.
Yeah.
Right. That's why we mean keep it
going.
Keep it going. Even if they've missed a bonus, they might go, oh, well, that's okay. I just really want the product. But there's nothing worse than not being able to get something when you need it.
It's frustrating.
Yeah.
It's frustrating. So I think it's good when other people are talking about different things, but I also think it's really good just to keep momentum because the last thing you want is, oh, I missed it. And I know you need to create that scarcity, which is really important. And they might miss something. They might miss the bonus. They might miss something, but they can still take advantage and get it. Because you know what? I'm willing to pay more.
Yeah.
Like that's the other piece. Like sometimes there's that limited time offer and I'm like, okay, well, my bad.
Yeah.
I missed the date, but I can still get it. And I'm willing to pay more because it was my fault that I missed it, but at least I can access it.
Exactly.
Which is good.
So we have any more questions? Last chance on the launches. I mean, I strongly suggest, as we said, that you follow along, see what we're doing so that you can get some tips and ideas. We're being completely transparent here. We'll tell you how it's going along the way. So, next week, as we're on Monday, we'll let you know, what we do differently, what we think is working so far, etc. We talked about the tech today, which was mainly for the affiliate stuff for launch, which is really understanding that you need a platform that you can follow along with your affiliates. So,
but also from a tech perspective, again, is understanding like the pre-launch. So if you are going to do an opt-in and a really valuable one, make sure that technology is there. If you have a form that they're filling out, are they able to get, so that all, we talked about lead magnets before, they fill out a form and they get the product. Well, now you have to also send them other emails. So make sure all of that is set up, whether you're doing it through whatever your email system is, your CRM or what have you, make sure that that's all set up ahead of time. Because the last thing you want, again, is to kind of put it out there, they get it, and then you have no follow-up.
Yeah.
So that's important as well. So there's a lot of back end stuff that a lot of people don't see, but it is the work that you put in. And if you can get it all running evergreen, then you just have to set it up once, which is perfect.
So you can see why, it's a lot easier for us to do things together because there's a lot of work. And if you concentrate, we're pretty good at staying in our lanes, right? We concentrate on the stuff that we're each better at. And then therefore the time to produce and get it out there is a lot shorter. So if you have that luxury, great. If you don't, just make sure that, you work with somebody that can help you speed along the process. Don't think you have to do everything yourself because it's very hard to do. So if anyone has any questions on launch, because I know that most of you watch replays. So if you have any questions, put them down in the feed because we will answer them this week. Because as you know, we're not back tomorrow or Friday. We're going to be doing it all in one day on Mondays. So if you go ahead and list your questions, we will absolutely get back to you this week.
What a concept. Exactly. Public service announcement. Again, leave time for production because it's, again, a lot of people think they put a lot of ideas and they build the plan and they spend so much time on strategy, which is so vital and so important. But also make sure you leave that time for production and actually giving yourself time to actually get it done.
Yeah.
That's just my PSA for the day. I've got a couple.
And we have some exciting news. So starting next Thursday, because right now we're still in pre-launch.
Free.
But once we start, we know that at the end of the week when we're in pre-launch, you guys are going to be downloading some cool stuff and doing some neat stuff with us, and you're going to have questions. So starting a week Thursday at 1 p.m.,
same thing,
same bat channel right here, we are going to have Thursdays at 1 lives with Gia, which is our
who's Gia?
Gia is very exciting.
Can I figure out how to point to it? That's Gia right there.
There we go. So Thursdays at 1. Don't forget, because we're assuming that you guys are all going to at least download the pre-launch to make sure that you see what we're all about. You're going to want to. You're going to want to join us. You're probably going to have a lot of questions, and that's our way.
Actually, no, I think I'm going to have questions because I want to see. Because I'm so excited about this product. And in all seriousness, a lot of work's gone into this.
Yeah.
But I want to see what people got. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah. Right.
I'm not gonna say anything more.
Yeah, it's kind of cool, and we're really excited. And the thing is, when you're truly excited about your product and what it can do for people, how it can truly change their lives and help their businesses, you want to talk to everyone, right? Because that this is just the start for some people, and they're going to do really great things, and that's exciting to me. We wanted to make sure that we were keeping you guys moving in the right direction. So for those of you guys who are actually showing up at these lives, congratulations.
Yes.
And you're going to have an added bonus on these Thursdays at 1. And I guarantee you that there is something for absolutely everyone in there. So you don't want to miss it.
All right. We will see you then.
Okay.
Bye.